For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
What's up, Brew Crew? Welcome back to the channel, your one-stop shop for everything about our Milwaukee Brewers. I'm your direct line to the hottest intel and the most in-depth analysis, bringing the inside scoop straight to you. Before we dive into today's bombshell news, which is sure to shake things up, I need to ask you a huge favor. If you're a true Brewers fan and want to stay ahead of every development, smash that subscribe button right now. We're on a push to hit our next subscriber milestone, and every single one of you counts. By subscribing, you not only support the channel, but you guarantee you won't miss any crucial updates, especially with what I have to reveal today. So, pause for a second, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's strengthen our community together. Done? Great, because what I have to tell you today could redefine the future of our pitching rotation. Things have just taken an absolutely fascinating turn for the Milwaukee Brewers. A new hot-off-the-press report details that a very high-caliber pitcher we recently acquired has already expressed concrete interest in staying in Milwaukee long-term. I'm talking about none other than Jordan Montgomery. We're going to break down every detail of this news right here, analyzing what it means not just for his future, but for the entire configuration of our rotation heading into this offseason. This is a topic that has been generating a lot of buzz among the fans, and today we're laying all the cards on the table. Montgomery was in Milwaukee this past weekend and, in a chat with the media, dropped a statement that is echoed throughout the league. The report, coming from the reputable Sports Illustrated, highlights that when asked about the possibility of re-signing with the Brewers for the 2026 season, he was emphatic. According to the transcript from MLB.com's Rich Roto, Montgomery made it clear he is, at the very least, intrigued by the possibility. His exact quote was, "I'm definitely interested in being a part of this team. They're really good. They're really good with the pitchers, and they're good. They play good defense. What's not to like?" Now, I want you, the Brew Crew, to analyze that sentence with the same intensity I am. The way Sports Illustrated framed it sounds a bit subdued, almost as if he was just being diplomatically correct. But when I read his words, I feel a different energy. He didn't give a generic, "I'm open to all possibilities" answer. He specifically praised the very things that make the Brewers a model organization: pitcher development and elite defense. For a cerebral pitcher like Montgomery, who relies on command and a solid defense behind him, these aren't just empty compliments. They are the pillars of his success. He's essentially saying that the Brewers system is the perfect fit for his style of play. This goes far beyond a simple, "Yes, I'd consider it." It's a public acknowledgement that our philosophy of baseball aligns perfectly with his. Let's contextualize the situation to understand its depth. Jordan Montgomery, as we know, is recovering from Tommy John surgery and will not pitch this season. He was included in the Shelby Miller trade primarily as a salary dump for the Arizona Diamondbacks. In other words, we didn't acquire him for his immediate impact in 2025. But the move is now revealing itself to be a masterful chess move by our general manager, Matt Arnold. Montgomery is conducting his entire rehabilitation under the supervision of our medical and training staff. This means we have unrestricted, first-hand access to his recovery. We know exactly what stage he's at, what his work ethic is like, and how his arm is responding. This is a level of information no other team in the league will have when he becomes an unrestricted free agent. We are, in effect, getting an exclusive evaluation period of a World Series champion pitcher. Before his injury-plagued 2024 season, which clearly affected his numbers, 8-7, 6.23 ERA, he was a model of consistency. In 2023, combining his time with St. Louis and Texas, he had a 3.20 ERA. In 2022, a 3.48. With the Yankees, a 3.3. We are talking about a proven, top-of-the-rotation starter. And most importantly, his style of play ages well and is less dependent on pure velocity, which is a great sign for a post-Tommy John recovery. He isn't a flamethrower who relies on a 100 mph fastball. He's a craftsman. His game is built on location, movement, and keeping hitters off balance with a varied arsenal. He uses his fastball less than 17% of the time. His success comes from the way his sinker, changeup, and curveball dance around the strike zone. As long as that movement is there, velocity is secondary. And that is precisely the pitching philosophy the Brewers preach. We turn good pitchers into great ones by refining their arsenals and strategies. Having Montgomery already in-house, working with our experts, and now publicly expressing his desire to stay, is a massive competitive advantage. Now let's connect the dots and analyze the strategic impact that Jordan Montgomery's potential long-term stay would have on the Milwaukee Brewers in 2026. His statement of interest doesn't happen in a vacuum. It comes at a critical juncture for the future of our rotation. As we look toward the upcoming offseason, we face a scenario of uncertainty with high-impact decisions to be made. Two of our pillars, Brandon Woodruff and Jose Quintana, are heading toward free agency. Woodruff's situation is the one that tugs at the heartstrings of the Brew Crew. He's an icon, a homegrown talent, an ace when healthy. However, his own battle with injuries and the high price tag he will command on the open market put our notoriously financially prudent front office at a crossroads. Will we open up the coffers to keep Woody, or will the cold logic of business prevail? Quintana, while a solid veteran presence, seems the more likely candidate to depart, given the context. This is where the piece named Jordan Montgomery fits into the puzzle with surgical perfection. Imagine the 2026 rotation. We have Freddie Peralta as our established ace, the undisputed anchor. We have the young and electric Quinn Priester and Jacob Misiorowski, who represent the future, but on whom we cannot yet place the pressure of carrying the team. Young pitchers, no matter how talented, go through periods of inconsistency. It's part of the maturation process. We need a link, a bridge of stability between our ace and our promising youth. Montgomery is that bridge. Signing him offers a multifaceted solution to our biggest challenges. First, he provides a top-tier veteran presence, a World Series champion who can mentor the younger guys and absorb the pressure of big games. He would insulate Priester and Misiorowski, allowing them to develop without the weight of the world on their shoulders. Second, from a financial standpoint, signing Montgomery would be a masterstroke. Due to his recovery from Tommy John surgery, his market value will be depressed. We won't have to compete with the Dodgers or the Yankees in a $100+ million bidding war. We could potentially sign an elite number 2 or 3 starter for a much more reasonable price, perhaps on a prove-it deal, or a team-friendly multi-year contract. This is the Brewers' way of operating at its finest. Market intelligence, identifying opportunities, and maximizing value. Signing Montgomery would give us immense flexibility in negotiations with Brandon Woodruff. If Woodruff demands a figure the front office deems outside our reality, having Montgomery as a high-quality alternative already in the fold puts us in a position of strength. We wouldn't be forced to overpay out of desperation. Ideally, we could even have both, forming one of the deepest and most talented rotations in the National League. A 5-man lineup of Peralta, Woodruff, Montgomery, Priester, and Misiorowski would be, on paper, absolutely terrifying for any opposing lineup. Our team's identity is built on pitching and defense. Losing both Woodruff and Quintana without an adequate replacement would be a devastating blow to that identity. Jordan Montgomery isn't just a replacement. He is the personification of our philosophy. He's already acclimating to our culture, working with our coaches, and building relationships with his potential future teammates. The risk, which is always a factor in any free agent signing, is drastically minimized. Matt Arnold has a chance to secure a pillar for our future rotation before the market even officially opens. This isn't just good news. It's a glimpse into a strategic move that could ensure the Brewers remain competitive at the top of the Central Division for years to come. So to summarize, Jordan Montgomery's statement is far more than a simple comment. It's a clear signal to the front office, an invitation to negotiate. For a team like ours, which has to be smarter than the competition to win, this is a golden opportunity that cannot be squandered. The possibility of solidifying our rotation with a proven arm at a potentially reduced cost and with minimized risk is exactly the kind of move that defines championships. Now, I'm tossing it to you, the Brew Crew. What do you all think about this? Should the front office make re-signing Jordan Montgomery the #1 priority this offseason? Is he the answer to Woodruff's potential departure? Leave your opinions, your analysis, everything down in the comments below. I want to know exactly what the heart of our fan base is thinking. This story is going to develop quickly in the coming months, and I'll be here to cover every detail, every rumor, every move. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Brewers!